Hey everybody, Goosebumps are Dummies here, back at again another video, and I just fumbled there. I can't fucking say these intros right. Oh, let's try again. Hello everybody, my name is Goosebumps for Dummies, legally and by law. And today we're going to be talking about Zapped in Space. And this is in fact my second Black Spine review, not confused with black people. Black spines, yes, they're spines that are black in Goosebumps from the Give Yourself Goosebumps series, past book, I believe, like 22, 23. And on, yeah, all the spines were turned black and had a new font. I believe this was one of the starters, or like the starting black spine. Yes, indeed it is. Zapped in Space. This is the first black spine, so it's also really cool. These black spines are really rare and really hard to get your hands on, but this one is not one of those. I see this one fairly commonly on eBay, and for a good price. I snatched this one for less than like $20, I think around 18. And, yeah, this is obviously one I'd be excited for because this one features aliens, and yes, it is very heavily involved with them, too. And it's roughly for half of the entire book. I think it was split 50-50 on that, too, which is, very appreciative, I feel. It's split 50-50. I think this is the most, like, 50-50 Goosebumps, GYG I've ever read, because 50% of the book directly, like, well, from going by endings, 11 of the endings were in the alien storyline. The other 11 were in the Arctic storyline. And that's not really spoilers because it's told on the back of the book. And yeah, speaking of the back, let's talk about it. And now for Val back of book text, or in other words, the blurb. It's a space jam, jammed with aliens. Yeah, I got your little reference there, whoever wrote the back of the book, Sir, Ghostwriters. Anyways, strap yourself into the console. You've just entered Madame Zapp's new virtual reality arcade. But once you take on these virtual worlds, forget about scoring. You'll be too busy trying to stay alive. If you're a real space cadet, check out Adrift off Vega, where you end up in space, fighting super smart and super deadly Arcturian aliens. Interesting. Or maybe you'd like to try an Arctic adventure in the abominable snow moment, but remember to pack your parka, or you could end up like a human popsicle. Is it really good to pack your parka? I mean, you see the luck for Kenny, man. Anyways, the choice is yours in the scary Goosebumps adventure that's packed with over 20 super spooky endings. Next black spine is Lost in Stinky Eye Swampa. I have to actually get that one, but it's fairly common if you want to grab it, so. Anyways, Zapped in Space, the first of black spines. Is it any good? Well, actually, it has some notable downsides, specifically in the Arctic storyline. If I recommend you go to read this book, which I probably would still, because, you know, okay, the alien storyline is definitely a better storyline. The Arctic storyline, if you just want to read this book for a little while, maybe not read the whole thing, stick to the alien, alright? I'll just say that. Yeah, this book had a lot of flaws, but also a lot of great stuff in there, so let's talk about it. So what did I love about this book? Well, it all comes from the alien storyline, for the most part, really. Yeah, all of the endings here were really good. I had pretty much no endings that I disliked. Some that I liked more than others, some that I found just kind of but none that I disliked, alright? But there are some endings here that I really, really liked, and there are some great fucking moments here. Not only is it insanely fun with all the alien shenanigans, which was one of the huge highlights of this book, it helps, bring up the score from what would have been a possibly low score. We'll get to that in a while. This storyline, the alien storyline, it really fucking helped. It had these alien creatures, which I thought were very interesting. And they're actually not a huge threat in the story, believe it or not. They're actually, kind of a helpful character. Kinda. It depends on your choices, of course. And I like them. I like the idea of what's going on in this storyline. There may or may not be some information of arcade games in and out of the virtual reality. Well, in and out, quote-unquote, because there's no world are you in virtual reality besides in the actual virtual reality world. It's confusing, but the alien world, that's real, but the virtual reality headsets they have there aren't actually virtual reality, I think, kind of, mostly. Your bodies are at least there, I think. Anyways, I love all three of those virtual reality levels, because you actually had to do this to get out of there. And there was a red, yellow, and I think there was a final blue level, which might have involved heads. Alright, bear with me, or it's very weird. I'll start off the red one. The red one had some sort of sandy, duny area, I think like red sand, and there was like 2 suns. And every living creature there was like reptilian, and there were also ants, giant ants to be exact. A lot of crazy shit was going down, like you fought a reptile man, very interesting. I think he was wearing like some beach clothes too, it was hilarious. It was an interesting creature. There was also the garden area, which didn't really do much, but it was cool. There was the anthill area, which was also really cool. And yeah, that just contributed to the story in a very interesting way. It was really neat. I liked all of the shenanigans about, sorry, I went down there. And, you know, it's very fun too. Now, the yellow level. Now, this one, I think, is going to be a fan favorite when some people read this. This was disgusting in the best way possible. Let's just say that the entity that may live here, the monster, is disturbing as almighty hell. Like, he isn't the most threatening thing, because he is slow as fuck, but not only is this world creepy, you're just standing in, like, this puddly ground, this marsh. You can't even see that far around you, it's just all yellow. Blackness. Beyond that, it's a disturbing scene, and you have your 3 friends there, who may or may not die in some capacity. And, one of the methods that they do die in is so gross and disgusting, okay, they may or may not get crushed, and yellow pus comes pouring out of their body, yellow goo, and they turn into one of these slug creatures. If you want a good idea of what these slug creatures might look like, I mean, maybe play the Horrorland Wii game, Rub-a-Dub Slug, you know? Maybe you'll get some ideas. But it's disgusting, alright? It is truly disgusting and very horrifying what this game had to offer. That was incredibly just hell no. I absolutely loved that part. Some of the endings there weren't that great. This is where some of the storylines or endings come in. Sorry, not storylines. But I still really enjoyed this one. This one was probably the creepiest in all of the book, to be fair. And it's one of the most disturbing things in all of Goosebumps, these slug creatures and how they kill you. Oh my fuck no. Anyways, final level, the blue level, which is a trivia level, was very fun. That's the whole point of it. It was very interesting. I liked some of the endings attached to it. The good ending was really neat, and I liked the way it left off. Yeah, I really, really liked the alien storyline overall. I thought it was great. I thought it was the highlight of the book, and this is the part you should read, if anything. But the Arctic storyline, however, was not. So for the Arctic storyline, I'm going to keep this brief, because honestly, I hate this part of the book. I think it's really weak. So, not only is this obviously the weaker part, there are so many faults here that I think just bring this one down hella. Let me just start off with, the villain of this area. I did not like her, the Abominable Snow Woman. I didn't think she was all good. She was being built up to hella, and it really went nowhere. Really interesting. All of the endings here mostly just sucked. I hated a lot of them. The quality of this one as well, it was definitely nowhere near as fun as the first storyline. And this might be just because I started out with the first storyline, the alien one. That one was incredibly fucking fun. But I don't know, maybe it's because of the quality difference from going really good to really bad. Or maybe it would have been better. I would give the book a better score if it went from bad to good. I don't know. But that's just how I went about it. And it was just not a good storyline. It was hella less fun. Most of the endings and plots you go through were just boring and uninteresting. The Snow Woman and all of her stuff, like her cave and whatever the hell it was really dumb and I didn't like it. There was a really bad ending about tennis. Oh god, I did not like that one. And the snowy biome, though it helps, I really can't give any compliments to this part of the story. Also, there was a dumb twist involving, I think it was the arcade owner. Yeah, Madam Zapped was the Abominable Snow Woman. I hated that. I did not like that, too. That was really dumb. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, that storyline, definitely way weaker in quality. Most of the endings just sucked, reeked, and the plot was really uninteresting, bland even, and it is just like a really watered-down, boring GYG about the Arctic. Yeah. Little scary factor, too. It's not really that scary. And, yeah, that's really all I have to say about the Arctis storyline. It's really bad. That's all you need to know. Let's move on to the rating. Oh my god, man. 6.5 out of 10. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say, yeah, 6.5 out of 10. I might move it up to a 7 out of 10 in the future, but I did have it at 7 out of 10, but I'm moving it down on the spot, because this book, I absolutely love the first storyline. I think it's like a 9 out of 10, one of the best UYG storylines you can get. Not as good as the Crystal Cave storyline from Tiki Island, to be fair. This one just had a really bad storyline attached to it, and that was the Arctic one, which took up literally 50% of the book. Maybe ending-wise, 50% of the endings came from that storyline, but at least if you put it like that, yeah, roughly like half the book, or maybe like 40% to be more accurate, because I don't think it was as long as the Alien for sure, the Alien storyline. Yeah, this one just was so bad, and it took a larger chunk of the book, which is not helpful. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on Zapped in Space. It had great stuff, but a lot of faults. What do you think of this book, however? Do you think it's really good? Do you dislike it at all? Tell me your thoughts below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.